Okay, just give me a second. Okay, we'll be going live. Just switch on your camera, guys. We'll be yes. Welcome to this skill booster session on the day or the day today, 66. We are continuously doing this for the 66, and we are super happy. We have covered 65 skills so far, and today what we are going to cover is one of the very important skill. Okay, it's a it's a very specialized skill which now every designer has to learn. This is in fact in continuation to the Mondays class what we had, which is WCAG guidelines and what is there. And people who are completely freshers, maybe it's okay for them to just learn the concept. But for people who are a little bit started doing design, this is a very mandatory skill because each and every application, mobile, screen, and like let's say the other part, whatever we are talking about, it's all going to come with this feature. Okay. So that is why this skill is very important. Particularly, we are in the day 6 of the skill booster session. And this skill, if you observe it very closely, like let's say Monday, we gave a small activity to understand how you can find out the accessibility and other parts in your mobile applications, what you're everyday using. A lot of people have sent me a screenshot of their examples, what they found, and screenshots, what they got to use from their what do you call their parents' phone or their phone screen readers, zoom up, zoom features, and swipe features. So these are all some of the features which is required for people who are having accessibility kind of an issues. Okay, so that's what we are continuing with, and particularly today topic is going to be a little interesting. Okay, let me share the screen just a second. Before that, please switch on your camera. I request everybody to do that. Give me a second. Okay, great. Let's put it. Okay. Let's put in the group as well. Let's see who comes. Probably, I don't think anybody will come, but few people who are very interested. Yesterday, actually, two people have asked me, guys, Jagdish, how should I join the morning session? So let's forward to these people. Maybe if some people is there, they can also come over there. Okay, let them take an advantage because I believe so a lot of people are watching in the daytime. A lot of people are watching in the like let's say later. A lot of people are also taking an advantage watching it a week later or so and so. But I wanted to just make sure if people are coming live to this session, that would be a great advantage for them. Okay. So being in spite of this cold climate and all these things, a lot of people have a problem to wake up early in the morning, right? So that is the reason it's not very easy to do it. Okay. Yeah, till December 31st, we are having this Ramraj. See, Ramraj, this is not a part of our program in the sense, okay? The reason why we are doing this is to give you the glimpse of 100 days, 100 skills. Okay, this I'm doing it for the mission for design for change because uh, not a lot of people can come to NID and get the full education and everything. Okay, but a lot of people have asked me this question: can you just do a free session? Yeah, we are having a paid courses, we are having advanced courses for people who are looking for job. There are people whom I can handhold and help them. Okay, but there are some information which I can give it for free so that people who are absolutely don't know anything can just watch this content. And yesterday I got a comment from YouTube. So this guy has messaged, I have not seen a YouTube channel like this. I don't know. The guy name was name I forgot actually. So this guy said, I have not seen any design YouTube channel with so much of content because from the day zero, you can say from the day one, okay, till day 66 today, there would be 66 skills available at your end right away in the top. But the point here is this will be removed soon. The reason is we have to conduct 100 days, 100 skills. We want to conduct for the people who are coming live. And a lot of people have come and taken advantage. And certain best skills will be taken into our program as well, and it will be bundled as a very short snippet and material and activities. Okay, that is the later part of it, but I would request people to come live. Particularly in December, a lot of people will come live. So just we are doing this for the sake of public because they have to get some value out of what is happening. Okay, because a lot of people would be, Jagdish, I don't have time. Yeah, they can join in the morning. Jagdish, I don't have time. Yeah, it's free. Just go and attend it. At least they will not get full entirety of design, but they'll get to know the consciousness. Okay, design is a very important skill. These are all the skills we need to learn. At least they can practice on their own. Whoever is interested can come and work with us, because ultimately results matters. I would not recommend somebody who is starting up the design go and learn all these 100 skills. No, your head will spin, you will fall down. If you're starting up as a designer, you should know step by step what you have to do. Somebody needs to guide you. Accountability should be there, or else you will be lost. Skills should be learned once we are very clear where we wanted to go. Skills should be learned once we are guided properly. Skills should be learned once we are seeing the roadmap that we are getting results. If this is not clear and you keep on learning skill, it is going to be a waste of time. You don't know where to apply. You will not find the real meaning of how to apply and get results out of it, because that takes time, that takes efforts, that takes a different approach for different people in order to play this game in that particular strategy. Okay, so that's the reason we are doing it. Thank you, Ramraj, for asking this question. Good. So this particular design for change has a mission to reach 1 million designers to impact before 2030. That's what is our main aim, what we have in this program, and this is one such initiative to help a lot of designers. And particularly today we have a very interesting skills called inclusive design principle, particularly designing for neurodivergent users. See, many times we used to use normal features, settings, phone applications, and other things for the normal users, right? But on the Monday, which is on the Monday, we saw about something called WCAG guidelines. We saw a lot of case studies. We saw a lot of basic features which is there for the people. You can go and watch our earlier YouTube video recording. But today we are going to talk about little special users. Okay. So what is this title? Inclusive design for all, focusing on neurodivergent users. How many of you know what is meant by neurodivergent? Can you just type out in the chat? What does mean by neurodivergent? Go ahead. Just type out. If you're not, just type no, no problem. Okay. I'll not wait for you guys because we'll have to complete this session very quick. Okay. Equip students with the skills to create inclusive product. That's okay. Focus on designing intuitive, accessible, and empathetic interface that enhance usability for all. So for now, you just have to remember usability for all. What is mean by usability? How better the product is, how functional it is, and how what you call affordable, efficient, and better it is in order for the usage. Okay, that is what is called usability. Like let's say usability in the terms with respect to design, it is a very vast subject. But if you put it very short, how better people can use? Very simple. Okay, yeah, you created a functional product, you created an aesthetically beautiful product, but is it really usable? No, the understanding of the features is not there. The people can't understand, is this a menu, or is this a drop down, or is this just a click button? So the confusion is still there. The usability is still not understood. Maybe they made the use errors. They misunderstood differently, and then they operated it differently. So usability is a part of the entire design process, and it should be there in the development life cycle. If you're developing a new product, if you're developing a new application or a website. Okay, so there are many parts in usability. Let's go into usability in a different day, but for now just understand these are all coupled with usability part. Okay, so why this particular skill is important? First of all, inclusivity enhances usability for all the people. See, you need to take care of the blind, dumb, deaf, specially able people. You know about the ADHD people, attention deficit disorder, hyper disorder. So these people, they can't focus for a longer time. Okay, they have a problem of what you call distracting here and there. They won't be able to focus on certain things because that is their disability what they have. Okay, but yeah, they will be taking some therapy, treatment, and all these things. But these people should also use some of the basic feature what we are also using, right? They should also make a call. They should also enjoy using WhatsApp. They should also use some kind of a beneficial features which is vital for them, right? So how, as a designer, can you be aware? Can you be thinking of designing to them? That is what is the reason we are taking this particular topic. Okay, so yeah, in the WCAG guidelines we saw more of website accessibility content, and we saw about the color contrast, we saw about the typeface, we saw about certain errors and messages, we saw about a tool called what you call WCAG, which is Website Content Accessibility Guidelines. Wow, WAVE. In fact, if you put your website link over there, it will automatically scan your website and it will show you where errors are there. So these kind of a tools are available. There is a tool called AXE. You can create a free account and start trying there. There is a tool called usability.com. You can put your entire website in the usability.com or a screenshot of the particular app or anything. So usability.com will provide you where you have made user errors, where the users could make mistakes. What are the color contrast errors which you had? Like let's say what are the typeface difference what you had? This is two difference in contrast. People will not understand. So there are tools to aid you. There is a tool in Figma. There is a plugin in Figma which is called Lint, Lint. Okay, if you put that Lint plugin and start running on your screen, selected screens, it will show you before you go and test it with your developers or testing people. You itself can know what mistakes is there. It's a wonderful tool. Okay, one of our YouTube video earlier we covered this. Particularly, this tool will help you. Okay, this is where you've gone wrong. This is where the color contrast is missing. This is where the typeface is missing. So go and correct it. So even before handing over to the developers, you guys can go and find it out and fix it. Okay, so that's the small context of it. Let's come to the statistics. Okay, see, 1 in 7 people globally are neurodivergent. That means people can't focus for a very, very long time. Neurologically, they have a different, what you call, I would say, not disability. This is a condition. Okay. Designs for neurodivergent users improves usability for everyone. See, if you cover for this users, particularly considering their learning curve, considering their attention span, considering their learning disability and other things, you can create a product which is seamless for everybody. Like let's say in your keypad, you can have something like a zoomed version of it. You guys can have a normal keypad, but for the people who wants a very focused information on the keypad, they can have something extra, but they can press that button and automatically they can see a different set of keypad. The colors will be different. The sound will be different. The haptic feedback for them will be very different. So you guys have to think about their aspect as well. Let's talk about business and ethical value. See, 6 billion
The screen
is
is
lost
not
annually.
completely visible.
What happened?
Screen is not completely visible. It's only tab.
Okay, just a second. Oh, you guys should have told me before. Just a second. What happened? You are not able to see the full screen, huh? But for me, there is nothing problem, guys. Just a second. There is a network issue for me traveling. My call will cut. Okay, okay. No problem. No problem, Ramdaj. Guys, now tell me whether you are able to see it or not. Now?
Ah, yes.
Oh, I'm extremely sorry, guys. Okay, so far you guys did not see this.
Ah, yes.
You could have opened the mic and talked to me. You're talking after. Okay, it's good that you're not called me at 6:30 and said, okay, Jagdish, we can't say anything. Okay, fine, fine. Just let me know, okay? See,
Okay.
mic and sound and some screen sharing, this error happened means immediately I have to tell because that spoils your learning experience and it can help others also, no? So that I can quickly wind up fast, okay? So I've been just telling about the importance of this topic generally. I just told 1 in 7 people have this neurodivergent problem, and we can design this usability for everything. And $6 billion is lost annually due to inaccessible websites. That means there is a stat called Away Pound Report has given that. The reason being, this much people are losing the interest in using their website or products because it is not exactly designed for all the people covering this aspect: neurodivergent users, disability people, and the common people. Inclusive design broadens user bases, increasing engagement and loyalty. Okay, I'll introduce you a term called inclusivity. How many of you don't know this term? Kindly go to Google and please type this word, inclusivity. I'll give you 1 minute time. Just go to Google, ChatGPT, whatever you want. Just go to Google and come back and tell what is your understanding towards inclusivity. Don't copy paste the definition. I don't want that. I wanted you guys to tell your version of what is meant by inclusivity. Do it fast. 1 minute time. Open your tab, open your phone, whatever you have, just open it and just type out what is inclusivity in your context. Come on, go ahead, go ahead. Go ahead. If you already know, that's okay. You can type out. 30 seconds. Just read the definition and understand it and come back here. Giving equal of technology to everyone, considering everyone while designing. That's great, Steve Balaji. That's great, Jay Nandini. Excellent. See, the definitions are same, but the way in which we take it will be little different. That's why I asked you to type your own wordings because that will matter a lot. That's great. Okay, fine. So now we know what is meant by inclusivity. Okay, so each and every product we are designing. Let's say you are a physical product designer. Like let's say you're designing this cap. Like let's say you're designing this water bottle. Let's say you're designing the website. It does not matter. You being a designer will go and find out. You will design a lot of products in your entire career. Okay, you should think about how can I include this word inclusivity in design, how to make it accessible for all the people. How do I think about this kind of people also, the category of the people? How can a dumb deaf people can use it? How can a person with the attention deficit disorder can use it? Because it's very clear that 1 in 7 people have this issue. You need to get this clarity. Okay, so that is why the learning curve for all the people is very different. If you take a learning curve, like let's say if you take a learning curve for certain people, like let's say when you take the learning curve like this, okay, so a lot of people learning curve will be, like let's say, it will be super constant. Okay, so some people will be at the starting, they'll be a little slow, but after that they will learn and then they will get the ceiling. Got it? But some people will take a lot of time, but once they get the concept, they will automatically understand. So each and every people's learning curve is very different. You need to understand this fact. Okay. Some people will not be able to get it very sharp. Some people will be starting it slow, but they'll pick up. Some people will take time. So how do I draw a design which is common for everybody? Like let's say, which I have to take a color, another different color. Okay. Let's say a red color, possibly. Okay. If I have to really draw a common figure, like let's say if I create a path like this, like a learning curve, these people can also get an accustomed. They will also not feel frustrated. These people will also get to learn, and obviously these people will also get to learn. That is why there is a terminology in Japanese term which is called foolproof design. Poke okay. How many of you know this? Have you seen the SIM card slot? Nobody can put mistake. Nobody can insert the SIM card wrong inside the SIM card slot. That's called foolproof design. Okay. So it is considering all the users, literate users, illiterate users, neurodivergent users, and all the people. The reason being, it needs to be very understandable for all these people in order to make it more clearer and easy for them. Okay. So you as a designer are playing this entire game because a lot of times what happens? Once again, guys, just a second. Okay, a lot of times what happens, many people ignore this. They don't consider this in the design process. They just create some normal fancy screens, which people really can normal people use. What about the others? What about the people who are little digital illiterate? They are using mobile for the very first time. So think about that. The word inclusivity has to go inside. See, there are many famous design studios across the globe, guys. I would say there are studios like let's say Microsoft, like let's say Google, like let's say Amazon, like let's say Frog Design Studio, Ideo Design Studio. These are like world famous design studios. You will not believe they are bringing inclusivity in their work life. They wanted designers from different culture, no gender biases, women, men, people from a different country, people from different culture, people from ethnographic background. So inclusivity means everything, even in the workforce, I'm saying, not only design. The reason why they're keeping this kind of a workforce is if they're creating a concept, if they're creating a design, automatically the empathy for the team will be very different. Like let's say Sri Balaji is from Tamil Nadu. Okay. Darun is from like let's say Andhra. Ramraj is from Telangana. Okay. I'm from Delhi. Like let's say Anju is from Mumbai. And Kala is from like let's say Kolkata. If we are designing a product for the Indian people, we would be having more empathy than any other. And let's say there would be another person who has a hearing disability. Like let's say there's another team member in our team who has a blind. Other team member has attention deficit disorder, maybe for some reason. Okay. Other people we have a therapist. Other people we have a doctor also as a consultant. Imagine if we create an application, how it will be. This is called inclusivity. Every company have this inclusivity concept. See, I would say people who are choosing a very good design studios to work for in your entire career, try to find a studios like this. That is why we have a value determination process. We have a 13 parameters to assess each of the companies inside our program. So people who are working on with us, particularly, they will know the 13 parameters of the company very clearly. And you will know the work life balance, the engagement, the work culture, the ethics, the behavior. Because if a company, a designer, a design team is valuing this inclusivity, exceptional design studio, even when they are not even paying you salary, please go and work on it. I would 100 times vote for it. You give salary to them for learning, because these studios are very rare to find. First of all, these kind of design studios will pay you crazy, because they know the kind of value what designers are adding. They'll pay you crazy. Like, let's say IDEO, Frog and all, they pay you like 16, 18 LPA being a fresher. Okay, it's a very big design studios, but not a lot of design studios have this consciousness towards welcoming all the people. They check, oh, you are from India, wa? Oh, you have this degree, oh, you don't have experience, okay, let's wait. This is what a typical HR does. But design studio and the designers who recruit people, they will not see this. They will look at what did you do? What is the reason you're coming into this field? Can you show some proof of sample that you're very interested in doing this? If they can able to see that convincingly, they will call you at least for an internship. They'll call you at least to do a small, what you call, uh, uh, a small summer camp, like let's say 30 days, 45 days. They'll give you a small stipend. They'll ask you to come and work. If they are totally liking your work after a month or so, they would be hiring you as a full-time designers, because they want inclusivity. They don't want all the people to study in the best colleges, get the first rank, get the, then the product will also be very monotonous here. And I mean, I've seen many design studios like that. A very, very typical design studio. All people are from IITs, this, that. The product will be more of engineering product. That won't touch the, what you call, the extreme end of India. That won't touch the extreme people who are having this poverty, digital literacy very low. That application product, they because there is no people to empathize. There is no people to really empathize here. What is really happening? Neither that person will go to the field and do the study, nor that person will come from that kind of a background who has not even seen this kind of a problems in his entire career. So think about it. Inclusivity is not there in only design. It's also in the thought process, how as a designer we are going and implement it. Okay. If you guys are understanding what I said now, type you in the chat box. Let's move to the next bit. Type out you in the chat box if you guys are understanding this. Yes, yes, yes. That's great. That's great. Super. Okay, let's talk about the legal and cultural necessity. See, I told you yesterday, there are legal bodies, not yesterday, day before. There are legal bodies which helps you to find out, like, let's say, okay, you are designing a product. It's not like you're designing and then you're launching. Let me be the authority to first approve it. Like, let's say government has this ISO, right? Quality check. FSSI, food quality check. So there are regulatory bodies which authoritate to do, okay, your product is compliant for all the people. It can be used for inclusive, everybody, disabled people, attention deficit disorder people, neurodivergent users, blind, dumb, deaf people, specially able people, all the people. Why don't I be an authority? WCAG is one such guideline, guys. We saw about it. Okay. Just show you like what is the WCAG we saw. Like, let's say, we saw a very, very small interesting concept, which is four concept, like, which is perceivable, operable, understandable robustness. This is a very, very small concept of WCAG. Okay. Like, they have, like, let's say all of your concepts, all of your designs, all of your visuals, website, whatever you're building, it should be perceivable. People has to be able to perceive it. It's not necessarily they have to only see it. What the blind people will do, there is something called add alt text for images, screen reader compatibility. Have you seen? I think people have messaged me personally, like Anju, I don't know, Anju or somebody like Padmavati, Naushin. These people have messaged me personally that Jagdish, so far I've not seen this feature, but first time I'm seeing it in my uh, mother's feature like this. Like, she's been using this. The flash screen. How many of you know the benefits of flash screen? So there are a lot of things is available there in the phone, guys. You guys are leniently using your phone, but just go and get a little gist of this as well. Okay. So you will be able to get more what you call consciousness towards how designers have kept this kind of a feature. Second, it should be operable. Third, it should be understandable. Fourth, it should be robust. So these are like a certain principle of WCAG guidelines, but we saw a very detailed session on the day 63. Okay, please, 64. Please go and observe that. Definitely you will be getting some kind of a clarity over there. Okay. But yeah, let's continue this topic. First of all, compliance with ADA and compliance with WCAG guidelines, and it's mandatory in many regions. Okay, and it's culturally and cognitively inclusivity includes market relevance, and also it should be same like in the market product. It should not be very different. Then the people will feel, oh, what is this here? Is this an application or something else? Like everything is there like a brill dots. Okay. People will not be able to understand what is that. So it should be there for commonly for everybody. Neurodivergent users may face sensory overload because they are very attention deficit disorder people, right? Like let's say unclear navigation, unintuitive interfaces, design products and application that reduces their cognitive load, guys. Very simple. I understand. I will highlight this word cognitive load, particularly reduce it. Okay. In fact, if you reduce cognitive load for all the user, it would be so great. But a lot of people are not much thinking about these factors. I don't know what is the reason, but cognitive load is a big enemy for a lot of us. If we create so much of bigger context screens, buttons, and other things, we will not be able to go and take a decision really fast. Okay. Just a second. Guys, people who are in our program, please go to learning management portal and mark your attendance. You're going to get 100 points for this. Okay. I've also created a attendance panel. Go to the feed section and mark your attendance. Not now, just after this session. Okay. Yeah. Before we end the call, designs that reduces cognitive load improve overall user experience. I already told about it. Okay. And we have talked about the compliance also. So now let's talk about the concepts. Very, very important concept, guys. We are going to talk about universal design. What is this universal, Jagdish? See, there is a department in design called universal design. Same like product design, UI UX design, user experience design. There is something called as user experience design. There is something called visual communication design, ceramic design, textile design, spatial design, exhibition design, strategy design, retail design, game design, digital design. There are close to 100 different fields of design available. Don't think making screens is design in this entire world. Maybe in your consciousness it is not, but widen your consciousness, please. Okay. Welcome to the world of design. There is something called system design. There is something called behavioral design. There is something called this kind of a special able design. Each and every design department has a different goal and objective to do. Before 1980s and 90s, there is only one person. An engineer will do everything. But after 90s and 2000, industrial designers started coming. They were more talking about human factors, usability, accessibility, all those features. After 2000, the spread of visual designers came. Particularly in NIT itself, this course called user interface came at 2005. No, no, no. After that, in 2007, 2004, visual design came. Okay. After that, only people started talking about because the digital products have come a lot over the time. Okay. The 2004 and 5, what happened is the computers has been widespreadly used by many people across the home industries, office, laptop. So the user interface and user experience started playing a vital role of it. But you need to understand, guys, primitively, how design really evolved. There needs to be some design who needs to really address all these aspects of all department. See, I was in Germany. There is a city called Mönchengladbach. Okay, we went for that city to do a project. They took it from the college. There were 5 students selected in our entire batch. We gone for that particular city to solve that problem. Okay, so that is the very very first time I'm getting to a consciousness called universal design. So it happened in 2019. Okay, so what happened is it's a little northern part of Germany where I went. It was severely cold, very very hectic cold, and this jerkin I got it from Germany only at that time. So like they used to tell this kind of jerkin is for summer, and imagine if this is for summer and what they'll use for winter. It's like seriously a very very cold country actually. Okay, -4, 0 degree, 3 degree, like you'll be really really shaky, and on top of it wind will be there. So in this particular region, there was an old community home. Like let's say same, it's not in our Indian culture where the parents will be staying along with the kids, but in Germany, like particularly what you call this European countries, the culture is like the parents will stay away from the home. After a certain point of time, kids will go away, parents will go away. Like after their 60, 70, their retirement, they'll go to something called a social holding. There is a concept. Okay, so we as a designer have been asked to create some kind of what you call social security for these people. That's a project we got. I was like, social security, what is that? I was like designing products because I was a industrial product designer, right? Like I primitively like this industrial product design, but I was like, what we have to do for these people? So there was a guy from German government. Okay, you will not believe this project is 600 million euros just to build a social security for these people. Okay, just to build a social security. Okay, we went to the, I thought, okay, these people are maybe lying in the streets, or maybe they don't have anything food to eat. We have to build some infrastructure, or we need to solve this problem using design thinking. That's what, 4 5 people from the Hochschule Design Institute, and there was 5 people from military engineering college from Munich. Okay, Munich is a city of, like, let's say, central city of Germany, Munich. Okay, and there is another college in Munich which is called Universal Design. There's another 3 people, one professor and 2 students. I was like, universal design, what is this here? We are only designing. No, why these people are needed? We were a little bit scared. What is this people are going to do? Okay, they are from universal design. And there is another department from the government, which is a consulting agency, who are collecting this data about how much socially, like this kind of a people are there, and why they are feeling insecure, and why this social holding, because they are staying away from their parents. I mean, they are staying away from their family, and they have retired their life. All they need is a peaceful retirement life. And unlike in our culture, like in European government, they give you the social security salaries, like, let's say, irrespective of what age and category you are, based on the work experience what you had, they will give you some kind of a amount every single month. Okay, it'll be really good for people to stay. So what they'll do is, it will cover all their medications, their entertainment, their food, rent, everything, and government gives this facility. In fact, we also have social security, but it's really good there, because I've watched in Germany and other countries. It was superb, extraordinary, I would say. Okay. And I went into that place. So, product designers, I'm there. Okay. UI UX designers are there. Universal designers are there. Many engineers are there. Psychologists has also come. There is a therapist and psychologist who come. And there is a people from consulting, who's a data collection, all these agencies. So, there is a 10 different perspective people coming here. I met a guy called Thomas. Okay, his name is Thomas. He's from Germany. Actually, he's a professor. This guy must be 50 years old. Okay, okay. I was like asking this guy, "Hey, Mr. Thomas, what is this universal design here? We are already designing all these things. Right? What is the universal design?" So he said, "Jagdish, it doesn't work that way. See, why do you think this project is having a lot of people here? Because you, as a product designer, may think about designing products. UI UX designer may think about only screens. Military engineers will think about the technology part of it. Military engineering means they are like super technology people. Okay, and there is a psychology who will think about human psychology, how people can use. There is a guy from the government consulting, he will be worried about budget, like, let's say, 600 million, I have to complete this project. So if various people are thinking in this aspect, and if there is nobody to bind these people, the project will go in chaos. The project needs to be binded properly. That's why universal design principle people will think about usability, accessibility, functionality, efficiency, cost, environment, how the user experience everything, and relate it. That is why usability design has a different principles, and we take care of the entire product lifecycle from end to end. That is, the name itself is called usability engineer design. I was like, wow, this is amazing. And what do you do? And this guy has added a crazy perspective. People who are from the universal design, they were engineers, they were doctors. They also completed many different courses in design and engineering and arts and other, and they have become a universal designers. This guy has crazy 6 to 7 degrees, whoever I talk with. And the interesting fact is, I'll talk about it a little later, but long story short, I went into the social holding, and then I asked my professor. The place was completely sophisticated, guys. Everything is there. Okay. And they were having gardens, they were having some bush, shrubs, buildings, park, everything. I asked, what are we going to do in this, Mr. My professor name was, he's a Japanese professor. Okay, he was in Germany. His name was Kim. This guy name was Kim. So I was like, talking to Mr. Kim, what is this? Everything is there here. Why would we do this? Like this, according to India, it may be feel very fancy, but in Europe, this is really, really poor. What? Poor? For this poor social security holding, government is spending 600 million. OMG. Like, see, we are having a problem to drink water here. We are having a problem to walk in the streets, right? Particularly rain comes, the entire problem will come. And a lot of times we don't have a proper food, nutrition, disease, dying, death, poverty. Everything is sorted in Europe. They don't have a problem of roads and other thing. Okay, they have a problem of insecurity. Government is spending $600 million. At the end of the day, I went and talked to this guy. Okay, this government guy who came for this project. I really honestly said, see, please don't mind me. I really find there is no problem here. What as the designers can do here? You guys are asking us to design some social security. Yeah, we finally designed an experience. We designed an architectural product. for them. Okay. And you will not believe that's one real time project. It's there in my website. You can go and see that. So that product got implemented in real time. We actually built a product which is called a gardening kit. Okay. So using this particular product, all the age old people, all the youngsters, all the community people can come together and plant the seed, because we have designed that gardening kit in a way one person cannot assemble it. You need experience, you need parts from different places, you need a different kits, you need expertise to assemble. So the deliberate reason why we kept that gardening kit in that way is youngsters and this old people has to come together and interact and socially sit in that park and engage and build this product. So we gave them an opportunity to interact socially, and that's how we created. I mean, we nullified the feeling of social insecurity. This is the solution we got. Okay, we worked for one week there. We did an extensive research. We went for all the people. We talked to them. We went for the bus stands. We did a lot of ground research. I was feeling like a heaven talking to and working with them. These people are saying, "No, Jagdish, this looks like a forest for me. Oh, this there is no CCTV camera here. I'm feeling very scared here." Sir, you come to India, please, once, okay? You will not talk about this. So, context is very different. But see, being a designer, I will tell you one thing here. You should not put your personal feelings over there. Yeah, according to Indian context, my eyes will be very different to see here. But for them, problem is a problem. For us, problem is a problem. End of the day, problem is same. Maybe you cannot say, hey, I don't even have drinking water. That's okay. But same like that, they have that problem. And you will not believe, guys, a lot of people are getting suicide because of this insecurity. That is why government is spending so much of money. Their mental health is getting really problem. There is another team who worked with us. They created something like a lighting and sound project. So these people understood psychologically lighting and sound can create a huge difference. They have created an experience park. See, that's why this kind of a beautiful solution will come. No, I will only build user application for. Come out of this world, guys. If you are thinking about this, you will not go for big design studios. You'll be working in a consulting agency earning 25,000. That's it. If you are thinking about design as a varied angle, you will go for a studios like IDEO. And I'm just giving you an example because there are a lot of design studios like this. Excellent design studios where people will think about how can we create experience? How can we create the social insecurity and nullify this? How can we create a products and service which is a mix of both physical and digital experience? See, this is how they actually started closing this project. And it became superb, guys. Like a guy from Frankfurt, he came to our final presentation. We did the project and then we submitted in the final day. And our project got selected. They funded for the project and then it got real time implemented. And hundreds of people are getting benefited out there. That is also one real time project which I'm very proud of, because I stepped out there and that's during my master's, right? So I don't know how to even start the design. So that's why I understood reality is different. You can learn design thinking in the classroom, but when you go and talk with the people, many people will say this is a problem, many people will say this is not a problem. So you need to understand the context clearly, and that will not be same for every culture. So you have to remove your personal biases. Go and sit in front of the people and totally empathize with them. Oh, so you are having a problem of this. Okay, let me understand. Okay, fine, let me solve it. Take it as a full problem and solve it. You may be not empathizing with the guy who's blind, but if you really close your eyes and sit for 15 minutes, then you will understand what is the importance of these people. So empathy at its core, I got through this, because the reason why I'm telling this story is inclusivity, accessibility, WCAG. You need to understand this terminologies will not enter into you very easily. This consciousness has to be there inbuilt as a designer. That empathy has to be there. Every time in my team, I used to ask, what about people who are having a learning disability will do it? Entire discussion will stop. Because if a designer is not adding the perspective in the team, then what happens? I'll tell you, there will be engineering also in our team when I'll be presenting the topics. Designers will also be there. Testing people will be there, and there'll be a software development people who will be there. Okay, like coding backend. So they'll tell like Jagdish, nahi possible, nahi yoga, no possible. I'll tell why. You find a way to do it, no? That is Angular, Java. There are more scripts, coding. You find out a way. But if you are giving this kind of a feature, then how the user will use it? See, particularly we are designing a healthcare product for kid. Okay, how a kid will use it? What if he is not understanding it? What if he is not able to communicate to the mother or his caretaker? What is this problem having? No, I need a feedback button here. I need a feedback here. Even if the people are not responding for one day, that has to be a feedback going together. No, that's not possible in software. Then we are not going to approve the design. That's it. Because we hold the usability design aspect, because if we don't approve it, the designs will not go for the final thing. So this universal design, what I learned, really helped me. None other designers are working in the team are really telling that, because the consciousness has grown. The same consciousness you should also get it, guys. Based on your target market, you should grow the consciousness more. Hey, is it really good for neurodivergent people? Is it good for what you call this, inaccessible people, especially able people? Then you will see a various perspective happening. Then people will start, what you call, hey, this guy is technically challengeable. Hey, this guy is understanding the different aspects of design, the interaction, the usability. Go and read about it. I gave you the consciousness now, guys. Okay, it's your responsibility to go and read more about it, because it's not humanly possible for me to teach all the topics. I'm not a university. That's not the intention. Also, nobody taught me universal design in any aspects of any design colleges. The reason why I am taking this as a skill is, when you go for the real world of design, you will face all these difficulties. Think about it. People have joined this session live. They are so lucky, because you got the consciousness and awareness. People who may watch it in the later, that's okay. But people are not going to watch it, see, they would not be thinking design in this angle. Their consciousness will be very, very small. Their awareness will be very, very small. And you will only design for small companies getting small salaries, impacting small problems. So think about it. You, as a designer, hold this responsibility. Type responsibility in the chat box. If you understood what I saw, what I told you in the last 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes, you need to get the responsibility being a designer. Responsibility. Type responsibility. Yes, Anju, super. Yes, Kale, super. Yes, Jayanandani. Yes, Sri Balaji. Yes, yes, yes. Excellent, guys. So responsibility has to go inside you to design that. Oh, Jagdish, if I create this kind of a graphics, then the screen will look very primitive. It will not be very fancy. Yeah, of course, it will not be fancy, but it has to cover for all the users, right? Think about it. Many times, see, guys, in the particularly in medical context, I'm saying we will not end up in whatever screens or designs or the products what we really think about, because you have to erase that kind of a personal perception. Being a designer, you need to understand how it can able to solve all the people problem. That is where you as a designer are getting matured and grown and becoming more intuitive into it, or else you will stay in the cocoon and you will think, okay, this is called design and let me only do this. No. Okay, so design usable by widest range of people. Elevators with both visual and audio floor announcement. Can you see this, guys? Very simple example. Have you seen in lift there is a braille button, there is also audio, second floor it will come. Have you seen in the metro stations in Chennai? I really like the metro stations. The reason being now is same like in European style it is coming. In all the European roads, you will not believe, guys, there is a crossing and you cannot cross just like that. And all the crossings are built for blind, dumb, deaf. Even people who are just having the what you call stick, or they're not having a problem of visibility, still can able to go the thing, because each and every small walking crossover also will have a button. That button will keep on producing some sound and they will go and click here. You will have to press the button. Okay, once the button is pressed, automatically there'll be a vibration available here and they will know, okay, there is no traffic here. They can confidently go. I've seen many people without even caretakers going and crossing that. That much of confidence they are on the system. So even the people who are designing the traffic lights have thought about the inclusivity. People who have designed the roadways have thought about it. So universal design is one of the major concepts which is very famous. You need to understand this clarity. Okay. Second is cognitive accessibility. Design interfaces that simplify decision making and navigation, breaking content into smaller chunks for better comprehension. You can create a very good content by just creating into smaller chunks. How to address this neurodivergent people? This is one way. Okay, first is universal design, second is cognitive accessibility, third, neurodivergent friendly design. Avoid sensory overload. Avoid some flashing visuals. Make sure it is very subtle. For the people who are having a problem of, like, let's say digital illiteracy, maybe flashing visuals can help them. People who are in the, like, let's say villages, they are not very sensitized towards many colors. You can use this kind of a flashing visuals, but for the other people this becomes overload. Think about it. Provide multiple interaction options: voice, command, text, navigation. Empathy in design: conduct interviews, field studies with neurodivergent users. And yeah, I told you about it. Do a use empathy study, because if you want to really do a good project, guys, ask me, Jagdish, I wanted to do this project. I'll tell you where to go and find people to talk to, because unless until you go to the field, you cannot learn anything in design, guys. You will be not getting the proper insights as well. Okay. So use insights to uncover hidden pain points and inform design decisions. Okay. So this is the part of it. What are the small mechanics of it? You can minimize the cognitive load. You can talk about customizing interfaces. You can use this font sizes, colors, contrast. See, we talked more about in the WCH. Please go and connect the dots. That's why I took the continuation. Okay, we'll not talk much about it. And Microsoft Office immersive reader. How many of you don't know this? Crazy, crazy features, guys. I would say you can take it as a homework. I have a different homework, but you can take additionally this one. Go and read immersive reader. It's available, guys. It's there in your phone, mobile app. It's there in your laptop. Go and use it. It's completely available for dyslexic people. Okay, it's called immersive reader experience. You can use this error-free interactions, provide undo options, clear feedback. This is like pretty common. We know this because we can have that freedom. It's called a user freedom, one of the heuristic law also. You can have the user to go back and front any point of time. Like let's say if users are making mistake, you have to give an option called control Z. Why? Because they have the freedom to go back. Control Y, come back, go back, come back, go back, come back. So if this freedom is not there, we are okay. Sometimes people are with a disability, they will have to redo everything if you're not giving this kind of a feature. So think about them. Sensory friendly design. Off calm modes to avoid overwhelming visuals and animations. Apps like Headspace prioritize sensory ease. You can use an application called Calm. You can use an application called Headspace. These will prioritize your sensory ease. And there are many modes in our phone also, like let's say focus mode, calm modes. These will help you to go your particular phone settings in a particular way. It will stop all of your notification. It will make you only focused. Particularly for the people who are neurodivergent, these kind of features will definitely use them. So understand your users, and then automatically you'll be able to get more clarity what's here. Okay, so digital product, we have Microsoft inclusive design toolkit. You can go and watch it. Google Map is for all the users. How many of you don't know this? Voice guidance, simplified UI, cognitive accessibility. Netflix, customizable subtitles for dyslexia. How many of you don't know this? See guys, these people are becoming world class because they understood all these principles. How Netflix is there in 150 countries, how Google Maps is there in 150 countries. Think about it. They have all complained to all this particular features, guys. Okay, because if you are working for a Google or a very big studios like Netflix and all, you need to really get conscious. If you go to Netflix interview and ask what accessibility, huh? What is that? Do you think they are going to hire you? You need to have this kind of a consciousness because there are global level design studios. They will expect at least who are coming people inside, they should get awareness of it. Maybe you don't know the nuances. That's okay. You will learn it. That's what they will also going to teach you inside and they will learn. But you need to get this perspective first. Okay. Physical products. You can take IKEA manuals. You can take Dyson vacuum cleaners. Every time I really what you call, I would always vote for this Dyson vacuum cleaners because one of my favorite product. You can find all of the things are very intuitive, every user can understand. Okay, even the illiterate people, everybody can understand. And you can see the IKEA manuals. See, IKEA products, why I'm taking example is IKEA products are all you have to do it alone. IKEA will not fit and give you. How many of you went for IKEA? Go in, it's there in Bangalore, it's there in Bombay. People are staying nearby that places, please go and visit. You will learn what is product design after going into IKEA. Okay, it's excellent. I went to Sweden. I went to this IKEA. Okay, it was like a village. I'll talk about it later one day. It's like a village. This IKEA design studio designers were creating visuals. How people who don't even have a knowledge of carpentry can fix this table. Because IKEA is very, very cheap furniture. Why? They won't give you as a table or chair. They will give you as a pieces. Transportation cost is avoided. They'll give you nuts, bolts, everything. Okay. They'll give you in a package. You guys have to bring it to the home, pack it, assemble it. For you, assembly needs to be clear, right? This is called inclusivity. See, simple visuals and user accommodate the diverse users. And logo and visual design. You can use Grammarly, you can use Canva, you can use ChatGPT. See, it's like digital examples I'm taking you. There is an application called Slack. Customize notification settings to avoid ADHD overwhelm. How many of you don't know this? Today, try to take this. Today, try to take this Microsoft immersive reading and Slack, guys, because Slack, a lot of people might be using it in their offices. Try to use that. Spotify, sleep time reducer sensory sensitivity stress. I've not used this feature, but you guys can tell me like what is this? Maybe try and let me know. Sleep timer reduces sensory sensitivity stress. I don't know. In watches, I've seen this feature, but in Spotify, I'm not sure what is this they're telling about. Okay. So it is very evident that ADHD affects 4.4% of the people of the adults globally. It's a statistics. Dyslexia impacts 10% of the population. Dyslexia means what? How many of you don't know what is mean by dyslexia? Slow learning and slow retention and slow action. A dyslexic kid, they call. When you're walking in the steps, they won't be able to walk clearly. They will get confused, which is the first step, second step. That's called. How many of you watched Tari Zamin Par? Tari Zamin Par. It's a Hindi movie actually by Amir Khan. It's one of the famous movie. It went into the Oscar nominee actually. That kid is actually a dyslexic kid, and you will not believe. Tom Cruise is dyslexic. You will not believe Amir Khan is dyslexic. You will not believe Einstein is dyslexic. There are a lot of people who have made big fortunes in this entire world. There are dyslexic kids. Imagine they have a total different level of empathy. And if you guys are also getting empathetic for it, automatically your designs will impact that. Okay. So what are the benefits? Neurodivergent friendly designs improve task completion by 25%. Sensory friendly interfaces reduces anxiety by 30%. UX Planet said that. Reducing sensory overload lowers the stresses. Very simple, guys. See, I'll only talk about two people when you talk about neuroscience. One is prefrontal cortex, one is amygdala. Amygdala is animal behavior. If some stress is there, either we will fight or we'll flight, run away. Okay. But prefrontal cortex is a creativity, mission, focus. Okay. So what happens when you understand this neuro perspective with respect to inclusive design, you will reduce the sensory load. What happens? Amygdala will not get activated. Automatically you're activating the prefrontal cortex of the people. Remember, there is a villain, there is a hero inside our brain. Okay, amygdala, prefrontal cortex. Amygdala, you don't have to tell, it's already there because we've been evolved as a human. Sorry, animal, right? Over the time we evolved as a human, but we started our career from our animal, right? We have a very long history being jungles and monkeys and all this. The evolution has, we can't fake evolution, it's there. Okay, so amygdala behavior is there. Why amygdala behavior is very prevalent? Because when something comes, we'll either hit or we'll run. You see somebody when they're scolding you, you'll pick up the fight, you'll really bash the person, or you'll just ignore. But you'll not understand how to solve this. Hey, why you're always criticizing about me? Okay, is there a problem with me? Let me work on it. I'll correct my mistakes. No problem. Is it fine for you? Okay, next time can we meet? Okay, good. You will not be very calm and composed like this. Okay, but when you develop this kind of a behavior, that's called prefrontal cortex. Your blood sugar, glucose, oxygen is now getting into the prefrontal cortex. But majority, we are at amygdala. Please remember that, okay? But it's your responsibility to, what you call, demand the amygdala and improve the prefrontal cortex. And being a designer, you should also understand your user is also getting the same feeling. Okay, so when you reduce the cognitive load in the screens and everything by putting small buttons, minimal things to the point, visual, simply, automatically the amygdala you're suppressing. So the user will engage in your content a lot. People will use your mobile application for a lot. People will use your website a lot. People are going to engage in your design like crazy. Okay, clear visuals engage the prefrontal cortex for a better decision making. I already told you. Practical activities. I would say you can audit, guys. This is a very interesting activity. Okay, take an app, website, which is okay for you. Whatever you want, you can take it. Okay, go and watch the 64th day recording, WCAG guidelines, and try to audit and bring me what are the errors which you are finding out. First of all, you need to get aware. Okay, make a note of it. It's a small activity. It's a 10 to 15 minutes activity, guys. It is not a 1 week activity. Okay, it's a small activity. You guys can try it out. Okay, and your objective is to find out the gap and tell me how you can improve being a designer. That is most important. Okay, and you can talk about there is another activity called interface design. You can also redesign by decluttering it, but if you guys have time, you do it. It's not a mandatory. People are learning the skill for the very first time. Like this, I'm a designer already. I'm already earning this much, but I want some technical aspect to it. For those people, please do it. People who are looking to make portfolio, getting the first job, I mean, we'll do it later, guys. Don't get confused. Okay, this task is for little experienced people. Role play empathy. You can also simulate using the apps with vision reducing glasses or noise cancelling headphones and build empathy for neurodivergent users. You can also make a role play. You can go and test your products and interfaces with the people who are having this disability and collect the data and complete a project and document it. So you will be having a more depth when you complete a real-time testing. Okay. So think about it. This is a good consciousness, which I feel, which is more useful for you. Okay. And I'll also give you some chat GPT prompts, guys. Please try to take it and use it, because if you're completely numb, this can be very helpful for you. Okay. I'm just pasting in the chat box. Please go and take it. Take an advantage. Oh, no, it does not come. Okay, take it. I'll also paste for the people in the YouTube live who are watching it. Okay. Priyanka is watching. Divya is watching. That's great. Okay, that's great. That's great. Super. Guys, come early, guys. It will be really fun for you if you learn together in the every single day. Okay. Yes. Oh my God. Guys, please do drop me a WhatsApp message. Okay. I'll send you this prompt separately because it's not possible for me to paste it. It's not allowing me. Okay, because the text is really long. Maybe I'll paste the partial, try to use it. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the people who joined live, and thank you for the people who joined in our Zoom call. Any doubts is there, guys. The call to action is, guys, people who have registered for our 99 rupees workshop, If you want, you can participate one more time. It's free of cost for you. Okay. People are coming new, brand new. Please do register here. I'll paste the link also. Okay. For the brand new people who want to find the upcoming webinar. Okay. Please register here. And also, I would highly recommend to go and listen to my podcast channel. I would highly recommend you to go and come to our YouTube live, particularly you're on the YouTube channel now. Take an advantage. And the beauty about our podcast is if you go to the podcast and type your search keywords, there is no pain point in design which we have not addressed. Tell me that if this pain point is not addressed, immediately next 1 week or 10 days, I'll create a solution for it because I'll do my research, I'll complete the solution. So I don't want anybody in the entire world who's having interest towards design, who want to create an impact, should say, I don't know what is design. I don't have any materials. I don't have cost. I don't have time. All the problems are sorted here because we have designed programs for the people who can able to manage time also by attending early 6 to 6:30 6:45 these sessions, and also people who are having a problem of money, it's like free December 31st till you can take an advantage. And people who wanted to Jagdish, I wanted to get focused results, you take our support, will help you because we have a customized program for each and every people, whoever is like let's say fresher or maybe you're looking only for the job. We will take you for whatever need you want. And people who wanted to learn, like let's say Jagdish, I'm traveling every single day 4 hours 5 hours in office, take your podcast, install Spotify, listen to all the pain points. You will become so good. There is a guy called Muttu who has listened to our maximum podcast. You look at that guy, you talk to this guy, you will understand the importance of the learning in the podcast. Okay, so there are many mediums which we have created a learning. So don't tell any excuses, just keep learning. I wish you all the best for you guys and take an advantage of all of these materials and resources. If you need our support, please do get in touch with us. We'll be more than happy to help you. And moreover, copy this prompts, guys, in the chat box before the call ends. Then you won't be able to copy this. Okay, fine. All the best. Have a great day. I believe each of the sessions are going a little higher, but I believe the value should be there, guys, because I need to do my justice, right? Yeah, I could have completed the session is 30 minutes. That's my plan actually, because we can't go lengthy in YouTube live. But the reason why I'm also here is these are all like little difficult subject to get it. But once you get it, you can accelerate. Okay. And I have a small request for you, people who found this particular class is really superb. Please go and give me a rating in Trustpilot. Just copy that before this call ends, and I'll be more than happy because this helps us reach our brand also to visible for a lot of people, guys. Okay. And people who are in the YouTube live, I would also recommend you to take this link and give me 1 minute to just share your learnings and what you learn about it. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. All the best and keep learning. Any support is required, do reach out to us. All the best. And also for the people who are your friends or other people who are struggling in design to learn, get clarity, just forward these links to them. Let them come to the live. They say 6 o'clock, I cannot wake up. They are not very serious about their career. What to do? We can leave. It's fine. They can watch some recordings as well later. Okay. So I believe I have posted everything. Okay, fine. Okay. Okay. Yes, guys. So take that Trustpilot link and give your rating, whatever you feel is your top learning in this entire program, and just take an advantage. Okay. The practice or policy providing equal policy to opportunities. Priyanka Tripathi, excellent. They were saying giving equal importance for people, including the people. Hey, sorry, guys, I'm just looking at your text now because I was looking at the Zoom chat, right? I'm sorry. I mean, you guys are in the right track only. Just take an advantage. All the best. Bye bye.